Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Mr. Advice, where I go to the Elizabeth Public Library. You already know the deal. I go to the library, print out your questions, and shove the answers right down your fucking throat. By the way, two things I want to mention. I just found out that the Elizabeth Public Library, out of all the years that I've stood in Elizabeth, I just found out that the Elizabeth Public Library, they actually got manga to rent out. Instead of having to waste $10 on each book, I could go and rent them out for free. Look at that. Rurouni Kenshin, Rurouni Kenshin, Rurouni Kenshin, motherfuckers. Excuse me, let me adjust the fucking camera here. Hold on a sec. Anyways, I never knew that. I went upstairs on the 3rd floor and they got a bunch of Japanese comics to read. It'll definitely make my bus trips a little bit much more entertaining. Secondly, I was walking Broad Street downtown. This teenage kid turns around, 17, 18 years old, very awkward. He turns around, looks at me, and he says, "Hey, aren't you Faded Holy Soldier? I see you on YouTube." I mean, my first reaction was like, "Oh shit, yeah man, yeah, it's me. What's up? Good to meet you," you know? And I was like, "Okay man, good meeting you. Later." I mean, it's just awkward when people recognize you on the streets like that. It's not the first time it happened, but I just thought I'd share it with you people, you know? Hold up a second. I was getting that fresh faded holy fucking haircut. Let's move on. 4RSS Smooth asked me, "Hey, Mr. Advice, I just started school this week and now I'm a senior. And there's this freshman girl in one of my classes. She is hot and she is not a lot like those other crazy girls her age. She acts mature in class and I would like to get to know her and ask her out. But I need advice if I should go for it because I will soon be 18. And I don't know if that would be a problem then. I mean, it's not like we would be screwing around." Yeah, fucking right. I just want a girl to hang out with, and she seems chill, and all my girls in my grade are whack. Okay, let me say this. You're right, you still have, you know, a bunch of knuckleheads, a bunch of airhead bimbos in school. You know, some girls, 17, 18, they still haven't matured out properly yet. But it is a known fact that women do mature faster than guys. You're 18, this girl's freshman. Nothing wrong with you hanging out with her, being her friend and all that. But what about the parents, dude? What the fuck are the parents gonna say when little Tiffany tells daddy, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna go hang out with this 18-year-old kid"? Well, she doesn't have to reveal the age. She could just say, "Oh, I'm gonna go hang out with this friend of mine." That's it. But then again, at 14, come on, man. Girls at that age are, they don't exactly have as much freedom as you do. Nothing wrong with hanging out with her, in my opinion, you know. But hey, if you want to screw around, hey, just keep it between you, her, and the walls in your fucking room. You know, as far as I'm concerned, just be careful and use a condom, just in case something does happen. Because at that age, girls are kind of easy. Depends how they were raised. Depends on the environment, and depends on their home life. You know, same fucking thing. I know. Thor MX 87. Hey, Faded. I'm getting fucking tired of all these racist fucks at my school. And they are all white pieces of shit. They say stupid shit like, "You fucking wetback, go mow my lawn," and all this stupid shit. I want to beat the shit out of these kids. But I have already gotten into too much trouble saying shit back and defending myself. Please help me. Well, I applaud you. I commend you for defending yourself and speaking up. And that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You got white people racist against you. You're Mexican, obviously, because they're making fun of your Mexican background. I mean, where you at? In the good old South? No offense, but I heard in the South. What is it like? Missouri? Georgia? I heard that, you know, white people there can be pretty racist towards the Mexicans over there. That's just what I heard. You know, from stories that people have told me. Perhaps other people can correct me and tell me otherwise how the South really is. I've been to the South a few times. Texas. Pretty friendly people out there. From my experience. What else? Georgia, but only passing through the fucking airport. But other than that, I mean, I really haven't experienced racism in the very few moments I was in the South. But as far as going out into the city, into the small towns, I don't know. The best thing I can tell you, dude, is fuck it. You gotta defend yourself, do what you gotta do. What about teachers? I mean, well, you can't snitch. It's not like teachers give a shit. Just ignore them, I guess. Best advice I could give you is just ignore them. But if they get in your face, if they aggravate you, if they say some real offensive shit, not that this isn't offensive enough as it is, but sometimes you just gotta break a couple jaws or two to earn your fucking respect. Just like Violent J from the Insane Clown Posse did. That's how he earned his respect in the streets of Detroit, knocking motherfuckers' jaws straight up. Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. You guys ever read their book, their biography? Those motherfuckers put it down. Okay, they earned their fucking respect in Detroit. Whoop whoop, motherfuckers. Okay, our next question comes from Steinberg23. Hey Faded, there's this girl I knew like 5 years ago. I just met her again today, but she don't remember me. I want to know how should I get her to remember me, because I made out with her 5 years ago. Okay, maybe it sounds like she's ignoring you, or maybe 5 years ago, when she made out with you, I guess she wasn't thinking straight. Perhaps she kind of regrets it. 5 years have passed, and maybe she feels disgusted at it, and doesn't want your ass stalking her or something, or falling in love with her. You know, girls are like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because you mess around with a girl when you two were 14, when you see her again when she's 20 years old, she's probably not going to remember you due to some bad experience you may have had. You know, some bad experience that you two had. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't please her right in bed. Or maybe, you know, when you were tongue kissing her, you didn't brush your fucking teeth. If a girl can't remember that she made out with you 5 years ago, maybe she's been around the block way too many fucking times, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's move on. Had to adjust the camera properly. 16GS asked me, hey Faded, there's this guy in my school. One time he asked me if he can listen to my iPod for the rest of the class. So I said sure. The next day he comes back and says he lost the iPod. I was such a dumbass for letting him borrow it. Yeah, you were. He said his parents would pay me back for the iPod on September 2008. And it's already September 2009. I confronted him about this. He still hasn't paid me back. I went to the office and they said they can't reach his parents. What should I do? Number one, don't ever let a acquaintance in school, some classmate, borrow any of your shit. This should be common sense for everybody. Because teenagers are fucking greedy fucking bastards. You know? This happened to me a couple times. I remember this one black kid in 8th grade wanted to borrow my Super Nintendo. You know what I did? I laughed it off. At that time, even though I was kind of geeky, I was still kind of smart. Some black kid, he would come over my house a couple times. You know, one of those kids that, you know, when they see you got a new system, a Super Nintendo, and their asses are too fucking poor to afford it, they come to your house to use you to play your fucking video game systems and touch your shit. And then that's when they start sneaking and plotting on you to try to rob you or something. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure a lot of people have had that experience. Anyways, I never let him borrow my Super Nintendo. Fuck that shit. Cause, come on, this is a street kid. Yeah, we hung out a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Cool guy, but you know, I never fucking trusted him. Never. He would always come over to my house to play Street Fighter. When Street Fighter came out for the Super Nintendo, remember that shit? You learned your lesson here. Don't ever let anybody borrow your shit. If it's a good best friend that you know you can trust, alright. You know, but sometimes you gotta be cautious about that too. It sounds like, you know, he's being stupid, this friend of yours. He doesn't want to pay you back. He has to there has to be some way for him to reimburse you. You know what I'm saying? If anything, if you're ever at his house or something, try to take something that has the same value as your iPod from him. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, karma's a bitch. What goes around comes around. You know what I'm saying? If you can talk to his parents, you can reach his parents, get their phone number, and talk to them directly. Like, yo, listen. You want me to call the parents? I'll do it for you if you want, dude. Because shit like this pisses me off. Let me know. I'll call the parents. I'll let them know what's up. And I'll put that shit on video, too. I hate that shit. I hate people that try to, you know, take advantage of other people's kindness. When you let people borrow shit and they try to play it all fucking stupid. Fucking pricks, I'm telling you. Let's move on. 9/11 oh shit. Ask me, Yo, Faded, this girl and my uncle had sex. It didn't work out with her, and she stayed at my house for a month. We had so much fun. Held hands, slept in the same bed, but had no sex. We made out, and while crying, she told me she loves me, and now she went back to Puerto Rico, and I want to die because I love her and can't live without her. I keep hearing La Quiero Morir by DLG. What? Who's DLG? A song Quiero Morir by DLG. Help me, Faded, I feel fucked. She is 20 and I'm 15. Do you think it would work out even though we love each other? Are you sure she loves you? Or are you the only one that loves her? Because she went back to Puerto Rico. I talked to you online about this. I remember you, dude. How you slept in the same bed with her and had no sex, but you made out? Dude, if she lives in Puerto Rico, she went back, there's no point in you waiting a year for her. I'm pretty sure she's out there in Puerto Rico doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? Move on, dude. Move on. You gotta be strong with women. You gotta be strong. Don't ever give your heart fully to a woman unless you're 100% fucking sure. That way you know that if she ever backstabs you, you know, you won't be heartbroken. You could just brush it off like, hey, brush that shit off and move on and get another girl, baby. What else can I say? Why are you crying, dude? I understand this. You're 15. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Teenagers at this age, you know, you're very delicate with your emotions. I'm saying, dude, I'm not hating on you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you did your thing. You made out with a 20-year-old girl. You know, hey, I applaud you. But if it was me, I would have gone a hell of a lot fucking further. Let's move on. Dr. Crack 2009. Yo, Faded, I got a problem. I got another problem. This time there's a kid in my school named Keith Eklund. He's a creepy kid. When I go to lunch, he stares at me. When I'm in the bathroom, he stands in front of my stall. I don't know what, but I think he's a stalker. Yeah, I think he is. He constantly follows me to my house. I tell him to leave, but he doesn't, so I call the cops. One time I saw him outside my window taking a shit and rubbing it all over the window. So I take my computer mouse and beat the shit out of him. No pun intended. I tell him to leave and never return, but he still does it. What should I do? This guy's a fucking stalker. You gotta get in touch with his parents, the proper authorities, and put a restraining order against this prick, Keith Eklund. You know? And find out, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? This guy's smearing shit all over your fucking window? Oh, hells no, not with me. I wouldn't beat him with a computer mouse. I would take a fucking pipe and break his fucking legs. Not kill him. Don't kill him. I don't condone murder. But you gotta show him what's up. Smearing shit all over your fucking window? That's uncalled for. Let's move on. Dr. Crack 2009. File a restraining order against this prick, Keith Eklund. Keith Shitland. How about that? Alright, let's move on. I had to shut off the camera because a fucking truck was making fucking noises outside. Fuck you. Kamni Ziwi. I don't know how to say your name, dude. Yo, Faded. My friend was in my toilet for quite long for my business. And when I came out, my friend went in with bread and a spread with him. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And he ignored me and went in the bathroom. He forgot to close the door and I was spying on him because I love the smell of his shit. But he took my shit out the toilet and put it into a sandwich and ate it. Then he started jerking off my dog and drank all his cum. He told me if I tell anyone, he will put a knife up on my ass and twist it, then drink the blood that comes out. What should I do? This is your friend, dude? This is your friend? Jerking off your dog? And he wants to shove a knife up your ass and eating your shit? You two are both fucking twisted. Because number one, you love the smell of his shit? That's disgusting, dude. Get help. And this guy doesn't sound stable. He sounds like some kind of trench coat mafia, Columbine kid ready to fucking explode. Perhaps you two should stay away from each other. You know, if he's threatening you like that, and bestiality, jerking off your dog, no. You two stay away from each other. And our last question comes from Doggy M. Hey, Doggy M from England. You guys know Doggy M? Let me tell you about Doggy M. There's a history behind this guy, Doggy M. Doggy M, I'm not sure if this is the real Doggy M, But Doggy M was a guy from London, from England, who made a hate video towards Jedi 1, if anybody knows Jedi 1, and also a video against Monoxide. I mean, he's one of these haters that just, a funny hater too. I remember his videos, very funny stuff. And he's talking to me here from London. And Doggy M, this is going to be the last question of Mr. Advice. So Doggy M asked me, what's happening, Faded? You alright, mate? Hey, he's talking to me in England language. What's happening, Faded? You alright, mate? I just want to ask you a question for your advice show. I know it sounds off key, but I just bought a new Husky, and me and my mate went out for a few drinks and got pissed up. I'm guessing that means you guys got drunk. That's the slang for getting drunk in England. Pissed up. You guys got pissed up. You went back to your house. We went back to my house, and I told him he could sleep on my sofa. Anyways, I come downstairs to get some food, and he was licking my dog's dick. So I smashed him up, like proper done a job in his head now. You smashed him up. You kicked his ass, and now I feel bad cause Now I feel bad cause he has ADHD and didn't take his Ritalin that night. What shall I do? He had to go to the hospital, but at the same time, I didn't give a fuck. Shall I try and sort it out or just leave him alone? By the way, I'm writing to you from London. Take it easy, mate. Wow, dude. Doggy M, listen. I understand, you know, if I caught my friend licking my dog's dick, I would come up to him like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I wouldn't, like, beat him properly. I would just smack some fucking common sense right across his fucking head. Back smack him, bitch slap him, like, yo, what the fuck, dude? But at the same time, that would never happen because I don't have a twisted, demented friends like this. Now, he's on ADHD and didn't take his Ritalin that night. Okay, maybe that's why he was licking your dog's dick. You know what I'm saying? His head wasn't properly functioning that night. Apologize to him, you know what I'm saying, for kicking his ass so badly that he had to go to the hospital. But stop hanging out with him, because this guy, if you keep bringing him to your house, he's gonna keep doing a lot of nasty fucking things with your dog, and that's fucked up, dude. Anyways, that's it for this Mr. Advice issue. Oh, Apollo Myth, I'm sorry about your question. Yeah, you told me another. Dude, I read your question, but it's very long. If you're uncomfortable, Apollo Myth, with your friend jerking off to Squidbilly porn and squid porn, because he likes hentai rape anime so much, don't hang out with him. Alright, Apollo Myth? And that's everybody for this edition of Mr. Advice, alright? Send me your questions. Remember, here on Mr. Advice, you never know. All these questions are 100% authentic here on the Mr. Advice Show.